Once again, you're watching Video Collection Clothing, and in this video I'll be showing us how to make this design on the placket. You can either use it on your pockets or placket, or just use it. This is a twisted fabric there, so I'll be showing us how to achieve this. Now this is an example of what we'll be doing. Now to do this, you'll get your paper gum for the plackets. Depending on how wide you want it to be, what I have here is 1.5 by 15. Take note, 1.5 by 15. Now this is the fabric I want to use for it. This is the fabric I want to use. Now the wideness of this fabric is 2 inches. Take note, 2 inches. Then the length here, depending on how long you want it to be, the length I have about 40. Like I said, depending on how long you want it to be. Alright, so you get your hemigum. Now this is the wrong side. This is the wrong side. So you get your hemigum and place at the middle. So you get your hemigum and place at the middle as shown. Then you now, just the same way we do our bias. So you now do this. So you now iron all through. So you now iron this. Take note, the hemigum at the center, the wrong side. You now fold this. So let's do that now. Alright, so this is what I'm doing, as you can see. Alright, so we now have this. Alright, so we now have this. So let's iron it neatly. Okay, so now this is the fabric I'll be using for the placket. This is the fabric I'll be using for the placket. Now the width of this fabric I have here is I'm actually doing a kiss placket. This is 5. Take note, 5, the width 5. Then the length is 16. Depending on how long you want your placket to be. Now, so we begin with, we iron out the center of this placket, the center. So this is center here. Alright, so we now open this. Now take note, this is the good side of your fabric. So this is the good side of your fabric. So we now want to do the, now remember our goal is to do this. Alright, now so we now have this, already done that. So we now have this. So to begin with, now take note that this is the wrong side, right? This is the wrong side. So you now place the good side. Make sure the good side facing you, as you can see. So before we move over to our sewing machine, take a look at what to do here. This is it. So you twist this to the down. Take note, take this, watch carefully, take it to the down, as you can see. Take it to the down. Let's take it again. So twist it, just bend this, making sure the good side is facing you. Take this to the down, as you can see. Then you now take this like this. Hope we can see it clearly, right? Let's take it again so you see what I just did. This is a good side facing you. Just turn this, twist this way, right? This way. So you can see the shape of this, right? Then now flip, you apply pressure, then you now bend this, right? As you can see. So if you have your iron there, as you can see, then you now take it down again. You take this down again like this. Watch carefully, as you can see. I hope we're seeing that. You make sure that this edge here is very sharp. Make sure it is very sharp. So after this, you now fold again. Watch carefully. Fold like this again. Fold like this again. Right? Alright. Then now fold again. While you're sewing at the middle. Make sure your thread do not climb. If you take a look at this, you will not see any thread on top of those pointed arrows. You make sure your thread is at this middle. So we'll go to our sewing machine to do this now. Let's take it again. This, bend this 1, right? See the shape. Then you take this 2, right? Then now take this to your left. Bend this to your left, right? Then you take it again straight. Then take it to your right, like this as shown, right? Then you take it down straight. Now you take it to your left again, under. You're taking it from the under like this, right? So what we're doing, we'll be sewing at the center there. So let's do that now. So I want to do the sewing now. we want to do the sewing now. So you bend this, make sure that this is at the middle, your fabric is at the middle. So we'll be sewing this point here. Remember we said, take note, as you can see, right? Don't know if you're seeing it clearly. So just sew, we'll sew that point straight down. We'll sew that point straight. Then we'll get to the ending. We now bend this way, bend this way. Then now fold just the same way. Take note. Then we now sew again. We now sew. Take note. You're not. Then when you get to that ending, we now bend this down again. Then you now fold again. You fold this again, right? Now please make sure that these points are sharp. Take note, these points, make sure that they are sharp. So you bend this again, then you now fold down. You fold down, then you now sew straight again. When you get to that end, you drag this straight down. Take it straight down. So this is what you do down to the end. Take this down, then you now fold again. When you get to this end, you fold this down again. Fold this down. Then you now bend again. So we'll be doing this. So you sew again. Take note, while sewing, you're not sewing, as you can see, the thread is in between this point. The thread is in between. You're not sewing on top of this pointed arrow. So you should take note of that. So sew this. Now fold again. So this is what we'll do to the end. So when we have this, as you can see now, it's looking neat. So when we have this, you now put your paper gum at the back. So this is the paper gum I want to use. This is the paper gum. I'll be piping this neck round. So we now gum your paper gum. You now do your normal placket. Alright, so when you're through, this is my placket already done. So this is what you use to fix to your senator. You can either use it at your pocket. If you don't want to use this, you can fix it to your pocket. So once again, you're watching PJ Collection Clothing.